3.3. I want to know if you have solved exercise 3.1 and 3.2 examples. Type in the chat box to let me know if you have solved exercise 3.1 and 3.2. Also, let me know if you have any problems in these two exercises. So yes, by Prashant. Others? Veer is also saying yes, perfect. Okay. So here we go. Is my green screen visible? Type in yes to let me know. Okay, so question is given as NP6 is to NP3, which is equal to 120 is to 1. Therefore, NP6, we have learned formula for NP6 yesterday. NPR formula is n factorial upon n minus r factorial. Instead of r, what is given to us? 6 is given. And in the place of n, we have n itself, and we have to find value of that term, n. So let us apply a formula. NP6 is nothing but n factorial upon n minus 6 factorial. This division ratio is given, therefore we'll divide by NP3. So what is NP3? NP3 is your n factorial upon n minus 3 factorial, which is equal to how much? 120 is to 1, therefore this is equal to 120 upon 1. Can we cancel out something? Yes, n factorial is getting cancelled out, so cancel. Where is this n minus 3 factorial? It is present in denominator, therefore I can write that in numerator according to laws of indices. And then which one is bigger, n minus 3 or n minus 6? N minus 3 is bigger, so we'll have to reduce n minus 3 in next step, which is equal to how much? 120 is to 1. Therefore, n minus 3 factorial can be written as n minus 3. Reducing, I'm going to get next term would be n minus 4. Reducing again, n minus 5. Reducing again, n minus 6. What is 10 factorial? 10 factorial is 10 into 9 into 8 into 7 into 6. So we keep on reducing by 1 till we reach 1. So if I have n minus, what would be next? N minus 3 minus 1. So that would be n minus 4. So n minus 3, n minus 4, n minus 5, n minus 6 till we reach n minus, last term would be n minus 1. So till we reach 1. I'm reducing till n minus 6. The reason is I have n minus 6 in my denominator, so that I can cancel out n minus 6 from numerator and denominator, which is equal to how much? 120 is to 1. So multiplication of 3 terms is given as 120. So how can I write 120 as multiplication of 3 terms? I can write that as 6 into 5 into 4.
Reduce relative area, म्हणजे reduce करतं, जास्त जागा कमी घेतं, आणि there is least loss of.
Okay, therefore I can write this as multiplication of 3 terms, n minus 3, n minus 4, n minus 5 as 6 5s are 30 into 4, and then compare. N minus 3 is equal to 6, therefore n should be equal to how much? 6 plus 3 is equal to 9. Okay, let us see next question. PR minus 2 is 2, so divided by 11 PR minus 1, which is equal to 3 is to 14. So simple. Again, we'll apply NPR formula. Instead of n, I have 12, so that will be 12 factorial upon n minus r. So 12 minus r minus 2. So that would be 12 minus r plus 2, which is equal to 14 minus r factorial, divided by 11 factorial whole term upon 11 minus r minus 1. So 11 minus r minus 1 is 12 minus r factorial, which is equal to how much? 3:14. Therefore, I'll write this 12 factorial can be written as 12 into 11 factorial. I'll reduce till 11 factorial. Similarly, 14 minus factorial, 14 minus r factorial, I'll reduce 14 minus r. Next would be 13 minus r. And then I'll have 12 minus r. Okay. Why have I reduced till these terms? Because in my denominator I had 11 factorial, so that this and this will get cancelled out. And I had 12 minus r factorial, so that this and this will get cancelled out. Which is equal to how much? 3:14. Therefore, I can say, what else is cancelling? 3 1s are and 3 4s are 12 over here. Therefore, I can say 14 minus r into 13 minus r is equal to, shift terms to other side, 14 into 4. So 14 4s are 56. Multiplication of two terms, which is 56. So those two terms would be 8 and 7. So I can say 14 minus r into 13 minus r is equal to, instead of writing 14 into 4, I can write 8 into 7. So why have I written this 14 into 4 as 8 into 7? Because over here I have multiplication of two consecutive terms. So I want multiplication of two consecutive terms over here so that I can compare. Now I can compare my bigger term. So 14 minus r is equal to 8, which means r is equal to how much? 6. Or I can say 13 minus r is equal to 7, which means r is equal to 6. Okay, so copy down these two questions. If you have any doubts, you can ask. Okay, Aditya. Okay, it was done. Perfect. Okay, this is done. Okay. $120 can be written as 5432. Okay, so Prashant, you have asked that 120 can also be written as 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 instead of writing 6 into 5 into 4. Okay, so who can answer this doubt? Let me know in the chat box. Why have I written 120 as 6 into 5 into 4 and not 5 into 4 into 3 into 2? Because even that would be a correct answer. Then why have I selected 120 as...
Because there are 3 consecutive terms on the left hand side.
That's perfect. So
yes,
yeah, you got it. There are 3 consecutive terms on left, so I need 3 consecutive terms on right. So I've taken 6 pi and 4. If there are 4 terms on my left side, then I would have taken 5 into 4 into 3 into 2. Okay, so we'll move to next question then. N plus 1 into NPR. This is given as n minus r plus 1 n plus 1 is to NPR. So we have to show that left hand side is equal to right hand side. So we'll start with LHS. What is given to us? N plus 1 into NPR. What is NPR? N factorial upon n minus r factorial. Now what is this? N plus 1 into n factorial. So I can write this as n plus 1 factorial. If I reduce n plus 1 factorial, what will I get? N plus 1 into n factorial. I'll get this term. So if I have 10 into 9 factorial, can I write that as 10 factorial? Yes, because 10 factorial is nothing but 10 into 9 into 8 into reducing. So similarly, n plus 1 into n factorial is going to be n plus 1 factorial, which is divided by what? Which is divided by n minus r factorial. We'll start with right hand side also. So you can simplify this more to reach right hand side, or start with the right hand side and reach to this intermediate step. Whichever is easy, you can go by that. Right hand side I have this, and then n plus 1 PR. So apply my formula. I would get, instead of n, I have n plus 1. Therefore, that would be n plus 1 factorial upon n plus 1 minus r factorial, which is equal to n plus 1 factorial will be as it is. N minus r plus 1, I cannot do anything for this. So this will also be as it is for now. Divided by n plus 1 minus r factorial. So I'll reduce this. N plus 1 minus r into 10 can be written as 10 into 9 factorial. So I can reduce by 1. So if I reduce this term n plus 1 minus r by 1, so n plus 1 minus r minus 1 plus 1 minus 1 will get cancelled out. Next term would be n minus r factorial. So I've just reduced by 1. Subtracting 1, I'll get next term. So this term and this term gets cancelled out from your numerator and denominator. What I have over here is n plus 1 factorial divided by n minus r factorial. Therefore, I can say LHS is equal to RHS, hence it is proved. Okay, so we'll see next question. You have one word which is given to you, history. First question is, you want your letters or vowels to be together. So my question is, in this word history, arrange the letters in such a way that the vowels are always together. Okay, so before even beginning to solve this question, first we'll see how many letters are present in this word. H-I-S-T-O-R-Y. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So in how many ways can I arrange the letters of the word history if no restriction or no condition is given? As there are 7 places and there are 7 letters, the letters of the word history can be arranged in 7 factorial ways. Now my condition is given over here that vowels should be together. So how should I solve this? Whenever condition is given that 2 things should be together, consider them as one unit. So which are the vowels over here? I and O. I want the vowels to be together. So I'm going to consider my 2 vowels as one unit and let that unit be X. Then I'm going to rewrite the word again, H, S, T, R, Y. And instead of writing my vowels, I and O, I'm going to write or represent them as a unit X. Because I want them to be together. So I'll say, instead of writing I and O, I'll represent them by using another letter X. So how many units do I have now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 units. In how many ways can 6 units be arranged? 6 units can be arranged in 6 factorial ways. But the vowel, there were 2 vowels. So in how many ways can these 2 vowels be arranged? I can write I first, then O, or I can write O first and then I. So if there are 2 vowels can be arranged in 2 factorial ways. Therefore, total number of ways of arranging is going to be equal to units arrangement is 6 factorial and the vowels can be arranged in 2 factorial. So the total number of ways in which vowels are together is equal to 6 factorial into 2 factorial. We'll be looking at few more examples of this, so you'll understand more and more. In second condition, I want the letters S and T to be always together. So this is like your vowels condition. But instead of your vowels, what I want now is, I want the letters S and T to be together. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to assume S and T to be a unit X. So take these 2, tie them up together and instead of writing as two different, I'm going to say that these two are nothing but X unit. And then write your word again. So I have H, I, instead of writing S and T, I'll write X. How many units are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units. That can be arranged in 6 factorial. And in how many ways can I arrange this unit X? There are 2 letters in that, so that can be arranged in 2 ways or 2 factorial ways. Therefore, total is going to be equal to 6 factorial into 2 factorial. So copy this down, and if you have any doubts, type in the chat box. Okay, so Prashant has given answers correct, 6 and 2. Okay. You have 30 seconds to copy this down. If you have any doubts, type in the chat box. If you have understood, type in yes to let me know. Okay, yes, perfect. Yes, from Kushing, good. Understood from Shweta. Okay, good. Perfect. I'll proceed to next question then. Consider the same word, history. Now I have a different condition. My condition is that I don't want my vowels to be together. So vowels should not be together. What was the first case? First case, we have seen that 2 objects or 2 vowels should be together. And how do we solve that? We consider those objects as one unit, tie them up together, let that unit be X, and then see the arrangement. But what or how to solve if I have a condition that 2 objects should never be together or 2 objects should not be together? Simple. I don't want vowels to be together, so I'll forget my vowels. What is left? H, S, T, R, and Y. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 letters are remaining. So 5 letters can be arranged in how many ways? 5 letters can be arranged in 5 different ways. Then we also have to write I and O such that they are never together. So places for I and O can be between these 2 letters. So between the dashes, I can place them. Wherever I have written cross sign, I can write I and O over there so that they are not together. Between those I and O, there is at least 1 letter present. So how many cross signs are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So to write my I and O, I have 6 number of places. Out of which I am going to fill how many places? I am going to fill 2 places. So in how many ways can that be done? That can be done in 6p2 ways. So that is equal to 6 factorial upon, what is formula for NPR? NPR formula is n factorial upon n minus r factorial. So that is 6 factorial upon 6 minus 2 factorial. 6 minus 2 is how much? 4 factorial. And hence I can say total number of arranging the words or letters of the word history such that vowels are not together is equal to 5 factorial into, so this into 6 factorial upon 4 factorial. So that is my answer. After this, I want you to solve for S and T should never be together. I'll continue with the question. You can solve later. Next question is such that this letter history should begin with letter S and it should end with letter T. In how many ways can I arrange the letters of the word history such that it begins with S always and it ends with T always? Okay, let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 letters in the word history. It should begin always with S. So in how many ways can I fill that first place? I can fill in only one way because it should be S only over here. So only one option. And in how many ways can I fill my last place? That can also be filled in only one way because it should be T at the last place. So how many options do I have in between? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These 5 places can be filled in how many ways? 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, or I can say 5 factorial ways. So total is equal to how much? Total is equal to first place that can be filled in one way. Middle 5 places can be filled in 5 factorial ways, and last place can be filled in one way. That is equal to how much? 120 different ways. We'll see next question. Arrange the letters of the word history such that the word ends with ST. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The word should always end with what? S and T. So how many options do I have to fill this last place? 1. And how many options do I have to fill this second last place? 1. Because second last place, it should always be S. So only one. This should also be always T. So only one option. How many other places can I fill? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 different places can be filled in how many ways? 5 factorial different ways. So my total number of ways in which I can write the word history such that it always ends with ST is equal to 5 factorial into 1, which is equal to how much? Which is equal to 120. Next question. In how many ways can I write the word or arrange the letters of the word history such that T is always next to S? So what is the necessary condition over here? That T should be next or after S. So this is similar to your always together condition. And what we did in always together condition, we considered them as one unit, S and T. And then we considered the remaining letters H, I, O, R, Y. So H, I, O, R, Y can be arranged in how many ways? These can be arranged in 5 factorial different ways. And then in how many ways can I arrange these 2 letters S and T such that T is always next to S? So that can be done in how many ways? 2 factorial upon 2 ways or just one way. Now, when we were seeing the previous A question had a condition where vowels should always be together or S and T should always be together. So if I want S and T to be together, I can write S and then T, or else I can write T and then S. So there are 2 ways. But in my G question or in this particular sub question, I have said that T is next to S. So I want to write S and then T. So in how many ways can I do that? I can do that in only one way. So total is going to be equal to how much? Total is going to be equal to 5 factorial different ways. Okay, I hope this was clear. Next, we'll see the word algorithm. First case is that vowels should always be together. Okay, so vowels to be together. How do we solve that? We consider all the vowels together and bind them into one particular unit, or consider them as one unit. So which are the vowels? A, O, and I. These 3 vowels are there. I'm going to bind them together, consider them as unit X. Then write remaining letters L, G, R, T, H, and M. So how many letters are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 letters can be arranged in how many ways? 6 factorial different ways. And then come over here to vowels. How many vowels are there? 3 vowels are there. So in how many ways can I arrange my vowels? Vowels can be arranged in 3 factorial ways. So total number of ways of arrangement is going to be equal to 6 factorial into 3 factorial. Let us see a B sub question such that vowels are never together now. I don't want the vowels to be together. And how do we solve questions of this category when we don't want any 2 objects to be together? We forget about them. Just leave them outside. So which letters are left? If I forget my vowels, I'll have L, G, R, T, H, and M. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these letters can be arranged in how many ways? 6 factorial different ways. Then remember about a condition that vowels should not be together. So they should not be together. So where can they lie? They can lie between these spaces. And how many places are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there are 7 spots to write my vowels. And out of those 7 spots, how many places I'm going to fill? I have 3 vowels, A, O, and I. So out of those 7 places, I will fill any 3 places. So that can be done in how many ways? 7 P3 ways. And what is 7 P3? That is equal to 7 factorial upon 7 minus 3, that is 4 factorial. And therefore I can say total is equal to what? Total is equal to this into this. So that is equal to 6 factorial into 7 factorial upon 4 factorial. So I'll just write that in a proper way. So total is equal to 6 factorial into 7 factorial divided by 4 factorial. Okay, so copy this down. Again, you have 1 minute and you can type in the chat box to know your answers. Okay, good. I already got some answers. Muzammil has said understood nicely. Prashant, Melvin have given the answers. Okay, good. Okay. So type in your doubts in the chat box. If you understood, type in yes. If you want to copy this down, you have 1 minute for that. Fast. Rutu is saying understood, perfect. Veer is saying understood, good. Thanks for letting know. Asta is saying understood. Om is saying understood, perfect. Muzammil is saying understood, good. So Prashant has done this copying. Others copy this. Shravani has got it. Aditya has got it. Good. Perfect. Khushi is saying understood. Okay, I'll move to the next questions then. Your next question is that there are 5 books and you have to arrange those 5 books in such a way that first there is no restriction. So pretty simple. If there is no restriction, 5 books can be arranged in how many ways? 5 factorial ways. Any book can be placed in first, second, or third, then similarly. So no need to explain this. Second is that you want 2 particular books to be always together. And third case is that you want 2 books to never be together. Okay, so instead of solving, I want you to type in the answers. So type in the answers for B and C and let me know. Okay, so Prasyant has given the answer. Others, type in fast. Asta has written answers. Melvin has given. So Melvin, is it answer for B or C? Also type which one is it. Okay. Others fast. Pretty simple questions. Okay. I'm going to say that the answers that you are giving me is wrong. Think again, think again. The B option that I've got from most of you is wrong. Prashant, Atharva, think again. Okay, Veer, going good. Okay, Melvin, that's good. Nice thinking. Muzammil has given answer. Good. Perfect, Muzammil.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so time's up. Sadly, most of you did not give the answers rightly. It's very simple. If you want two books to be together, what you're going to do? Remember your condition of vowels to be together? What we did? We tied them up together, consider them as one unit X. So if I want two books to be together, I'm going to tie those two books and consider them as one unit. So how many units will I have? So those two books will be one unit. So number of units that I'm going to have would be 4. The remaining 3 books, and this 2 books is considered as 1 unit. So there will be 4 units. Most answer that I got was 3 factorial. So but there will be 4 units which can be arranged in how many ways? Which can be arranged in 4 factorial ways. And then those 2 books were there. Those 2 books can be interchanged, or they can be arranged in 2 ways amongst themselves. So the correct answer is 4 factorial into 2 factorial and not 3 factorial into 2 factorial. So if you got this, it should be 4 factorial because you're considering 2 books as 1 unit, and then consider total number of units. So the other 3 books, and this would also be your 1 unit. So that would be 4 units in total. So number of arranging those units is 4 factorial, and number of arranging those 2 books is 2 factorial. So total is 4 factorial into 2 factorial. And the answer of 2, that 2 books should never be together. For this condition, we forget those 2 books. Then how many books are left? 3 books are left. The remaining 3 books can be arranged in how many ways? 3 factorial ways. And then we have to arrange those 2 books also. For those 2 books, how many places will have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 places. Out of those 4 places, how many places we are going to fill? We are going to fill 2 places. So that can be done in 4p2 ways. Or I can say 4 factorial upon n minus r, that is 4 minus 2, that is 2 factorial ways. So total is equal to 3 factorial into 4 factorial divided by 2 factorial. Okay, so I'll give one more question. Arrange the letters of the word Ireland such that first case your vowels are always together, and second case your vowels are never together. If you have any doubts in this first question, type in, and if you don't have doubts, type in the answers for second. It's okay to be confused in the beginning. You can give answers for this now. All the best. Fast. Okay. Okay, guys, when we are arranging something to be together, we consider them as 1 unit. We tie them together and consider them as 1 unit X, and we consider them while we are going to arrange. We don't forget about it. When we are going to solve for when objects should never be together, in that case, we forget about them in the first place. So share your answers accordingly. So I've got answers from Rishikesh, Atharu, Avir, Melvin, Shweta. Others, type in your answers. It's okay if you get it wrong. I want you to try. So Om, Rutu, Prasad, Pranika, Priyanvada, Aditya, Veer, Aryan, Riya, Prerna, Shweta, Rishikesh, Tanmay, Avian, Aditya, Shreyas. Participate, make it more interactive. It's okay if you have wrong answers, no issues. Okay. Perfect. So time's up. I'll give you the answers. First case is vowels to be together. If I want vowels to be together, what I'm going to do? I'm going to tie them up together and consider them 1 unit. Which are the vowels? I, E, and A. 3 vowels are there. So I'm going to tie them up together, consider them as 1 unit X. Then consider your letter, rewrite your word again. R is there, L is there, N is there, D is there. And instead of writing your vowels I, E, and A, I'm going to write that 1 unit X. Then say how many ways you can arrange this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 letters that can be arranged in 5 factorial ways. And then go to your X. In how many ways can you arrange X? 1, 2, and 3. So that can be arranged in three factorial different ways. So total is equal to how much? 5 factorial into 3 factorial. So most of you gave answer as 5 factorial into 3 factorial, which was correct. Some of you have given answers as 4 factorial into 3 factorial. So you forgot to write this x. This x should also be written when you are considering the condition of vowels to be together. And second condition was vowels not to be together. Now you have to forget your vowels. So which other letters? R is there, L is there, N is there, and D is there. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So these 4 letters can be arranged in how many ways? In 4 factorial different ways. And I don't want vowels to be together. So what are the places for them? Draw these crosses. So if you draw this dash and this cross, it will make your answer very, very easy. So draw this dash and cross. So how many places are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 crosses there. So 5 places to write my vowels. Out of that, how many places I'm going to fill up? I have 3 vowels, I, E, and A. So that is going to be 5p3. What is 5p3? 5 factorial divided by 5 minus 3, that is 2 factorial. So total answer for B is going to be equal to this 4 factorial multiplied with this 5 factorial upon 2 factorial. And you can easily simplify this. Also learn your values till at least 7 factorial. Remember that 0 factorial is 1, not 0. 0 factorial is 1. 1 factorial is 1. 2 factorial is 2. 3 factorial is 6. 4 factorial is 24. 5 factorial is 120. 6 factorial is 720. 7 factorial is 5040. So remember at least till 7 factorial all the values. I hope this was clear. If you have any doubts, you can ask. We'll stop the lecture over here today. Type in the chat box if you understood the lecture. If you enjoyed the lecture, let me know. If you had understood like 50% of the lecture, type in 50%. Let me know which are the points which were not clear to you so that I can focus on those points. Okay, Veer Singh understood fully. Prashanti Singh enjoyed 100%, good. So let me know your feedback so that I can focus accordingly. Melvin Singh understood, good. Interesting by Muzammil, good, thanks. Enjoyed it by Om, thanks Om. Others? Okay, enjoyed from Om. Type in your feedback. Okay. Even if you have any doubts, you can let me know. Okay, understood from Khushi and Pranika as well. Perfect. Okay, thank you everyone. So in tomorrow's lecture, we'll be focusing more on exercise 3.4. We'll also solve 1 or 2 more questions from exercise 3.3. Your homework for today is go home, try this exercise 3.3, and let me know if you have any doubts tomorrow. Perfect. So thank you. Thanks Asta, Prashant, Pranika for the feedback, Kushi. Okay, thank you everyone. See you tomorrow in next lecture.